Hi guys, I'm Lisa and welcome back to my channel. So today is episode 4 of my Let's Talk series where we talk about numerous topics. So for today's video, we're going to talk about mindfulness, how mindfulness is the best way to live life. We're going to talk about how the journey matters way more than the destination. And finally, we're going to talk about becoming yourself and shedding old identities. I think we kind of tend to take the present moment for granted by not fully engaging in what life has to present to us right here, right now. I think that's where all the magic happens. When you're living in the present moment, you become aware of the many opportunities and possibilities available to you. Living in mindfulness allows us to go with the flow of life, taking things one at a time, viewing the world in a larger perspective, and living beyond our ego. We have been raised to spend so much of our time either anticipating about the future or dwelling in the past instead of being here right now. The past is to learn from, the future is yet to be experienced, and the present is for the living. The present is truly a gift, that's why it's called present. When you can apply that in your life, then you can make the best out of your experiences and situations presented to you. Often when we're dwelling about the past, we wish to have done things differently or to go back in time to experience it just one more time. And that's because we weren't fully being in the present. If anything, the past should teach you to live in the present moment. That also includes slowing down, not rushing, taking your time with everything. Whether you're eating, taking a shower, self-care, doing your makeup, cleaning. Slowing down really helps you stay in the moment. And I think that's what life is honestly teaching me right now, is to just slow down and appreciate the now, because what's the rush, And I also think that the littlest things matter most in life. We tend to glamorize the materialistic things like gold watch, nice cars, a big house, and all the fancy things. Although, yes, it might feel good to have it, but you also have to realize it's not everything. Those things don't matter as much as you think it does. Because at any given time, those things can be taken away from you just like that. And now what? The things that you once glamorized and depended on are the very things that remind you how temporary they always were. And you probably think that your life is over or you lost everything. Like, what am I going to do? But that is not true. For example, you're still breathing. You get to wake up every day, make breakfast, go for a run, get a cup of coffee or tea. We tend to take those things for granted until those simple routines are stripped away. Suddenly, we're somehow unable to do any of those things because of a sudden illness or a major shift in our life. And we quickly realize that those little things were the foundation of our daily comfort. Well, let's say you were to lose a leg, an arm, or your hearing. Those big houses, fancy cars, gold watches won't even matter now because you got a whole other situation to worry about. How am I ever going to walk again? How am I ever going to hear again? Those materialistic things will be the least of your problems. And that is why I say they don't matter as much as you think it does. Sure, it's nice to have, but you have to remember to not get lost in those big fancy things and lose sight of what's really important. Things like a peace of mind, genuine love, the warmth of the sun and life itself. Things like that cannot be measured by a price tag. And guess what? If you were to lose those materialistic things, you can always get them again. It might take a little while, but you definitely can. But losing an arm, a leg, your hearing, those things, you can't really get them again, I believe that mindfulness is the best way to live life because it allows us to appreciate the little things in life. Slowing down to appreciate the little things while we still can is the heart of mindful living. When you're able to appreciate the little things in life, those big houses, fancy cars, nice purse, makes life even more exciting and fun. And when you're able to appreciate the little things, the universe gives you so much more things to be grateful for and appreciate. If I've learned anything throughout my experiences, the good, the bad, the ups and downs, if I've learned anything at all, is that the journey matters way more than the destination. The journey is a crucial part of our learning experiences. If we take the journey for granted, then we miss out on the small yet significant opportunities that life has to teach us. As much as we want to fast forward and get to the destination, the universe always has a plan for us. There are certain things that must happen in order to get to certain places or at a certain point in our life. And I think that's where the journey comes in. People tend to want to fast forward to the destination like, no, it's a process. The journey is where we grow, learn, make mistakes, adapt, and overcome. Imagine fast forwarding the process, skipping the lessons and experience that you need to learn and integrate and expect to know everything when you do get to the destination. The learning starts in the journey, and the journey is preparation for the destination. If you skip the preparation and want to fast forward to the destination, then you won't learn everything you need to learn. You won't have the experience, the knowledge, the wisdom that was needed for the destination. You can't rush the process. Everything happens in divine timing. For example, I'm going to apply this into my life. If I wanted to fast forward my journey to get to where I am now, I would have never knew what I now know. I would have never met certain people or learned certain things that would have benefited me where I am now. I wouldn't even probably be able to do what I do now and sharing all this knowledge with you guys, because a lot of the things that I share comes from experience, comes from learned experience. And that is why the journey is important. We learn a lot from our experiences, so you have to let your experiences guide you. Change is the only constant thing in our life. Nothing ever stays the same, which is why focusing on the destination rather than the journey often leave us feeling stressed. We become so consumed in anticipating what's next that we forget to experience the now. If we only care about the destination, we miss out on the entire journey. We watch our life pass us by. So wherever you are in life, you are right where you're supposed to be. So make the best out of it, because change is bound to happen. If you should expect anything, expect change. I believe the goal is to experience. When you're only focused on the destination, you miss out on the entire experience and you miss out on being present in the experience. When your goal is to experience, everything is a win. We are here to experience everything that there is. And I think that's what makes life so much more meaningful. It's the experience that makes life more fun. We get to experience, we get to learn from those experiences. The experience is what actually matters. For example, getting to experience riding a bike for the first time, giving birth, having a kid, your first heartbreak, falling in love for the first time, your first job, or dream job, and so on. That's what life is all about. The purpose is to experience. I just think that we should put less focus on the destination and more on the experience, more on the journey, because some things we don't get to experience twice. We only get to experience it once. Becoming yourself is a never-ending journey. Growth is an ongoing journey rather than a destination. As we move through different stages in our life with a different level of understanding or perspective, we learn as we grow, and we grow as we learn. If you're on a journey of growth and expansion, you're going to unlearn, relearn, and become yourself as many times as you need to. I believe the goal is to remember yourself until you can't forget. As you go through your journey in life, every day you're met with new information, new insights, new knowledge. And this is why it's good to not have your beliefs set in stone, because you're always learning as you go. You're always evolving and adapting and applying the new information you learn to what aligns best with who you are, what's authentic, and what feels true to you. Always be teachable, always stay open to learning, stay open to life, and not be closed-minded. And I think sometimes it's good to contradict yourself. I think it's healthy in a way, because it means that you're still growing and learning. There's been a lot of times where I've contradicted myself, but that's because I am still learning. And I believe it takes humility to admit what you believed yesterday does not fit what you know today. Changing your mind even when it looks contradicting is the truest sign of a teachable mindset. If your beliefs are set in stone, like you're not open to anything else, I feel like that limits you in a way that stunts your growth. I believe it's good to stay open-minded because it leaves room for you to grow, improve, and to see new perspectives. When people stick to what they know, they stay where it's safe, comfortable, and familiar, they often miss opportunities to learn, improve, and develop new abilities. A foolish consistency ruins your growth, trapping the mind in rigid repetition rather than allowing it to evolve with new truth. The ability to contradict yourself means that you value truth and evolution over simply being right. I think there's beauty in finding yourself over and over again. You get to rewire, restart, rebrand as many times as you need to. The most beautiful part about becoming is that you get to decide who you want to be. You get to decide what aligns and what doesn't. You get to decide what's best for you. There's just so much to discover about ourselves, our gifts, our capabilities, and so on. You are never going to be the same person forever. Unless you choose to be, but change is inevitable. You'll honestly just be resisting what is bound to happen, Change is the only constant thing in our life, and we have to embrace it. That's the part of becoming. Allow yourself to embrace and discover different versions of you along the way. That is the only way you'll be able to grow and flourish in many different areas in your life. A lot of people are capable of growing into the best versions of themselves. I believe everyone can, but that doesn't mean that they will. We all have free will, but also it's because they're afraid of change. They choose comfort over growth. I think we can kind of limit ourselves to the possibilities of what we're capable of. We often limit ourselves by clinging on to certain versions or fixed identities about who we are. We think that there's just one way of being, like this is who I am, this is how I grew up, or I'm either this or that. No, we are capable of great change. Identity isn't something that's set in stone, it's something that evolves. We are capable of far more growth, change, possibility than we realize. When we're able to question old beliefs about ourselves, embrace discomfort, and stay open-minded, we stop limiting ourselves and open our mind to new possibilities. We create space to become someone we never imagined we could. I believe we shouldn't cling on to any older versions of ourselves or old identities, because we as humans are meant to grow, evolve, and adapt, just like any other species. For example, a caterpillar doesn't resist becoming a butterfly because it's inevitable. A caterpillar does not cling on to its old identity as a leaf eater. It literally dissolves its entire body into the chrysalis to become something entirely new. Butterflies represent the complete breakdown of one identity before birthing into a new one. The transition is uncomfortable and vulnerable, yet the organism undergoes it because staying a caterpillar forever means failing to reach its full potential. Just like seasons change, we should learn to do the same thing. With every season that comes, you welcome and embrace every version of you and let go of any past versions of yourself that no longer aligns or serves you. Just as a caterpillar must shed its old skin to survive and fly, humans must shed old mindsets to adapt to new life stages. We are forever becoming, we are forever evolving. So allow yourself to. Don't limit yourself to the possibility of what you could grow to become. By clinging on to a fixed identity, you may be missing out on the opportunity to become something great. Don't let your beliefs become a cage that keeps you from becoming the person that you are capable of being. Question them, challenge them, expand them. Allow yourself to discover strengths, passion, and potential you never knew existed. Who knows, maybe the greatest version of yourself may exist beyond your limitations. In the journey of becoming yourself, you will feel lost many times in the process of becoming yourself, but that's the beauty of it. In those moments, you discover new things about yourself. You will outgrow a lot of things. You will learn new things. You will shed many parts, identities, and old layers of yourself as you grow into a more aligned version of you. Not newer, but aligned version of you, because it's not about becoming someone new, it's about remembering who you are. Often when we grow up in environments where we're not given the space to be ourselves, or where our authentic self isn't fully seen or accepted, we can start to absorb and identify with what others say about us. And we kind of build our identity and self-concept based on external opinions. It's like we didn't even get a chance or opportunity to really discover who we truly are. It was already decided for us when we got here. So becoming yourself is the part of you that realized and recognized that your old identities and self-concepts were adaptations rather than truths. They might have served you at that time, but as you begin to heal and discover yourself, you get to choose what aligns and what feels authentic and true to you. So you're not becoming someone new. You're just breaking energetic ties to your old identities that no longer serves you. And as we connect with ourselves and let go of old identities, we begin to change. And as we change, so do the people, environments, and things around us. We start to align with things, people, environments that reflect that growth. Okay, I want to add 2 more things to finish it off. The first thing I want to talk about is how fear can kind of limit us from being the person that we know we want to be, or doing the things that we know we want to do in life. Whether it's the fear of being judged or being perceived. And I just want to say, that is so out of our control. We can't possibly control that, even if we wanted to. It's pointless. People are going to think whatever they want about you, and that's that. It's certainly not the end of the world, because, hold on, last time I checked, I'm still breathing. But really, like, what's the alternative choice? To not do it and still be judged anyway? Because no matter what you do, someone out there won't like it. And whoop-de-doo. Like, really ask yourself, like, why do you care? Like, really ask yourself, like, why do you care? And whatever answer pops up, then you just start working on that, you know? You also have to realize that everything is energy. So whatever people are putting out there, whether it's negative or positive, you have the power to alchemize that. You have the power to transmute that into your favor. It's like, when a reverse, what you thought this was. You can really use that energy into your creativity, into your work. For example, let's say someone is sending you negative energy, right? You can either absorb that negative energy and let it discourage you or make you doubtful, which is exactly what they want. Or alchemize that energy and let it fuel you. Your response is the only thing that matters. Your response is the only thing that matters. Okay, guys, that is all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.